Hi, this is Erica, and I'm here to talk to you about this going into third grade summer reading book called A Girl Named Rosita, the true story of Rita Moreno, actor, singer, dancer, and trailblazer. So I love Rita Moreno, and I loved her even before I read this picture book. But boy, when I read this picture book, I just fell in love with her. So Rita Moreno was born as Rosita Dolores Alvario in 1931, and she was born in Puerto Rico. So here's a little illustration of her in Puerto Rico. Also, this book is written by Anika Aldamuy Denise and illustrated by Leo Espinosa, and both the writing and the illustrations in this are perfect. There's a little illustration of Rita and her family, but when she's 5 years old, she moves to New York City. Here she is taking a boat over, and she's a little upset because she doesn't go with her whole family. Her brother stays behind. So this move to New York City is an adjustment, but what Rita discovers that she's very good at is singing and dancing, and she immediately kind of puts herself in that world to become a singer and a dancer. So she starts to teach herself how to sing in English and in Spanish, and she tries out for all sorts of acting and singing roles, and eventually in 1961, after she tries out for a lot of roles, she is cast as Anita in the film version of West Side Story, which had been on Broadway first and was a huge success. So even though that was Rita's big break in 1961, she had spent much of her 20s and her 30s, her teens and her 20s, taking these really small roles as a character that might have looked ethnic, or a character that wasn't white, or a character that didn't have many roles because she was a Latina woman and she wasn't ever given some of the big roles that were usually given to white actresses at the time. But she kept on singing and dancing and auditioning, and eventually, when she was cast as Anita, that sort of propelled her into the spotlight. Eventually, she won what's called, what they call an EGOT. So she got an Emmy for being on television, a Grammy for her singing, an Oscar for movies, and a Tony for Broadway. So that's 4 major awards. But it did not come very easy. She really had to work and to try out and to sort of break down all sorts of barriers. So I love this book. I love that it covers a lot of her childhood when she was just a kid who had big dreams, like many kids do have, and how she really did miss her family, and it wasn't very easy for her to not speak English. There's so much to look at. There's lovely detailed back matter here that gives you a timeline and teaches you more stuff about where to find more about Rita, what movies to watch, where you can kind of see videos of her. So check it out. This is a wonderful picture book biography about the amazing Rita Moreno.